All right, we are going to watch The Last Honest Streamer, a video doc on Queso by Golf Cart. Shout out Golf Cart. Go check him out. I'm just the dumb idiot watching his viral video. Okay, here we go.
For whatever reason.
3, 2, 1.
For whatever reason, the internet loves the spectacle. The bigger it is, the louder it is, the more expensive it looks, the better it performs. Look at the top of Twitch right now. It's flooded with million-dollar mansions, celebrity subathons, streamers buying their 10th dream car. Everything seems to be built around the question, how much money can we burn on camera? And then there's this guy. Queso is interesting, because on paper, he's doing almost everything wrong. His production quality is kind of garbage.
Queso, where'd he come from? 200,000 viewers playing Fall Guys yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't even zoomed in or cropped.
His setup isn't...
He had 200K on Fall Guys at one point? No fucking way, bro. Obviously I know Queso's huge. I didn't know he peaked at 200,000. Wait, chat, let's check it. Hold up. What is Queso's peak viewership? In the last 30 days, it's 84K. Peak viewers all time was 299. Holy shit.
Designed to be some massive content machine. Half the time he's live, he's playing some random game most people have never even heard of.
Your costume sucks, kid.
I mean, when your entire job is getting people to watch you, you don't turn down a Mr. Beast video. But Queso did.
Queso did not respond to my message.
And somehow, despite doing the opposite of what the internet tells creators they're supposed to do, he's still one of the biggest streamers on the planet. How does that happen? The honest answer is that none of this should have worked, because Queso's had the odds stacked against him since day one.
He denied a Mr. Beast video? Chat, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably not denying the Mr. Beast video, bro. I wish I could say to you that I am just like so chill and so niche that I would deny that. I just don't know if I would. I don't think I would. Like, that's crazy. But I guess he was already like one of the biggest streamers in the world, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But like, that is just why? I guess what is the downside to doing the Mr. Beast video? I guess if you're really not a fan of the spectacle and you want to just keep, that is his entire brand, is like not having a spectacle.
Case Baker grew up in rural Arkansas. His hometown has a population just over 1,500. It's the kind of place where a new Walmart makes the front page, and where the churches outnumber the stoplights. Towns like that don't have a lot going on. So, as a quiet kid, Case did what quiet kids in quiet towns have always done. He disappeared into a screen. In this case, a PlayStation. Call of Duty on repeat. And when YouTube started blowing up in the early 2010s, he was right there watching Nadeshot and the Optic guys build something that didn't exist a decade earlier. He watched gaming turn from a thing you did after school into an actual career.
Well, how does this sound? Making a living and even a small fortune just playing video games.
The biggest...
Dude, I made a skit about it one time. Well, it was more about content creators, but it is so funny to me, like, that weird middle area where gaming was just becoming a thing, where, like, news anchors and, like, talk show hosts would talk about it with such, like talking down on it. Like, can you believe this? You could make a little bit of money just playing dumb fucking video games? And now it's like, there are so many millionaires just off of, like, games. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a huge part of culture as a whole now. Which, in retrospect, seems so obvious, but back then it was just, like... I remember it was such a huge thing when you would, like, tell your parents you were watching somebody play games. Like, like parents just be like, why don't you just play the fucking game? Like, no one... Literally, older people could not actually understand why you would ever watch somebody else play a game when you could play the game. But it's less about the game and more about the entertainment of the person playing it, which I'm sorry, bro. Maybe this is just bias being able to look back at it, but like, I feel like early on I got that. I feel like early on most of us who enjoy content got that. I don't know why that was such a hard concept to grasp, but it's always so funny seeing like old shots from like talk shows or news videos being like, oh, look at this new little group called FaZe. They're having fun, aren't they? Just a couple little kids messing around, and then it like literally was like a public fucking IPO. Which, now it failed eventually, but whatever.
Were clearing their parents' annual salaries in a single weekend. And after watching that, it became Case's dream job. The problem was, he knew the odds, especially in his situation. His Wi-Fi was barely good enough to even watch YouTube. Uploading to it or streaming on Twitch, forget it. So he buried it. He graduated high school, bounced between jobs, often working 2 at a time just to keep the lights on. For 6
Made those drawings like really big.
years. 6 years of clocking in somewhere he didn't want to be. 6 years of watching other guys his age blow up online doing the exact same thing he'd given up on. By the end of it, Case was broke, burnout. He was one bad week away from walking into a recruiter's office and signing up for the military.
Dude, it's also so crazy to me that, like, you would think just on the surface that a creator like Queso, if you knew nothing about him, you would assume at this day and age, like, oh, he just blew up during COVID. Like, he just blew up during the COVID boom for creators. And he wasn't even a part of that. You know what I mean? Like, that's how most people who are huge now, maybe not most, but like so many, that's where like they went from like a good sized creator to like that. Like there was such an explosion at that time that you would think, okay, maybe that's where he did it. And it's not.
Then his mom stepped in and she asked him the question that changed everything. Why not take a real shot at the whole streaming thing? What's the worst that happens? Now, streaming is one of the most competitive jobs on the planet. And if you're like Case, trying to pursue it full time, you need to understand, there's levels to this. Level 1, you can quit your job. Level 2, you're living large. And at level 3, you're the top 1% of the top 1%. Now, there's no direct translation from Twitch viewers to money. So for the sake of the example, we're gonna say you reach level 1 at around 100 viewers.
Wait, what did he just say?
Viewers, the top 1%. Now, there's no direct translation from Twitch viewers to money. So for the sake of the example, we're gonna say you reach level 1 at around 100 viewers.
There's no direct yeah, there is. What? Yeah, there fucking is. Are you joking? Of course there is. What kind of statement is that? There's no correlation from viewers to money? There's a direct correlation. The ads and the amount of and the amount of likelihood that those people are going to gift you and sub. Of course, yeah, the ads are the main one. If you want to say like, okay, you don't know how many people are going to sub, sure, but you're much more likely to get much more subs if you have much more viewers. Obviously, what? Okay, but fuck it, I don't agree with that, but fine.
Once you're there, you can take the leap to streaming full time, which getting there sounds totally reasonable. It's not. Somehow convincing 100 people to watch you live is brutal. In the past year, 18.4 million people opened up Twitch and broadcasted live on the platform. I want you to guess how many of them actually made it to level 1. Seriously, throw a number out there.
Out of 18.4 million streamers, is it... Okay, this is a two-parter. If he's saying how many people have reached 100 viewers versus average, that's different. Like, that's very different. You can hit, haha, only 29 viewers, loser.
The answer is 165,536.
Out of 18 million? My guess was around 1%. I'm just, like, actually bricks.
That's less than 1%. For every person who gets to level 1, there's 100 that don't. Every big streamer you see today spent days, weeks, if not months streaming to an audience of 0. I mean, take Jinxie for example. He streamed to just 5 viewers for a year and a half before he ever made it.
Yeah, guys, I streamed to, shit, I mean, these were the hard days. Well, y'all don't even know. I actually did stream in, like, 2022 and 2023. But, like, just not consistently at all. And I would, like, post clips when they would do nothing, like really early on before, like, I made, like, the push to be consistent with it. It was literally just, like, me and my friends watching my streams. So, yeah, I grinded.
Viewers, he's grinding.
And I'm throwing all of these numbers at you for a reason, because without them, you wouldn't understand how truly insane what happens next is. Okay, so hate to interrupt myself here, but let's say you're like Queso and don't love your day job. Maybe you're not all that interested in streaming, but you've got a business idea and just don't know where to actually start. Well, let me tell you about WAP.
Ad skip.
And he didn't just
Crazy.
start your business today.
Because in like 24 hours, y'all took me from nothing to crazy.
You see, Queso hit level 1 in the first hour of his first ever stream, and he didn't just get lucky.
Unreal.
Hey, y'all came through deep from the top, man.
In the days before he went live for the first time, Queso was already laying the groundwork. He spent days filming and editing clips of him playing NBA 2K23. And on September 10th, 2022, he uploaded 22 videos to TikTok. The next morning, he woke up to over 10,000 followers and a comment section flooded with one question. So that night, he went live for the first time and the floodgates...
Let's go back a little bit. Damn, bro, he got fucking 10K in a day? 2022 was different. That's so gas, bro. I knew he did the clip thing, but that's just, I mean, that's such a meta.
Uploaded 22 videos to TikTok. The next morning,
In a
he woke
day?
up to over 10,000 followers and a comment section flooded with one question. So that night, he went live for the first time and the floodgates opened.
When I look down and I see 126 viewers, bro, I cannot believe it.
From that day on, he followed the same routine. Clock in the 9 to 5, hit the second job, cut a few lawns, then come home and stream until he couldn't keep his eyes open.
I don't want to go sleep, man. I want to go to work, man. I want another build, dog. All I want to do is make builds and play 2K forever. Why do I gotta go work?
After each stream, he'd find the best moments, clip them, and fire them back onto TikTok. The loop fed itself. Inside a week, he'd blown past 100,000 TikTok followers.
I'm not, bro.
I don't do enough clips, bro. I really don't. I sell.
I've had some really huge clips, but I don't do it enough. This is reminding me of the importance of like posting my shit places, bro. Also, to be fair, he didn't just like pick 2K. He picked 2K because it was the new 2K. And he was also one of the first people to do clips. That's the other thing too, is like now there's like clipping companies and like, but yeah, there's like clipping companies that like you can pay. Like I got a DM from a clipping company and they were like, yeah, you just pay us the money that you want to pay and then we like make you X amount of clips and and it was like you pay based on how many views they get and all this shit. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. AI genuinely ruins everything. Like the clipping scene now is just it's so oversaturated. But he was like one of the first, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like the two people that I first really saw clips of were him and Jinxie. And then Sketch. It was him, Jinxie, and Sketch. Ironically, they've done things together all the time. But like the clip era started with them, to me. Is there anyone else that I can't think of? Who am I missing anyone? Or it really was those three that like started it?
Stream was pulling 500 plus.
Wait, let me go back a
After
little
each
bit.
stream, he'd find the best moments, clip them, and fire them back onto TikTok. The loop fed itself. Inside a week, he'd blown past 100,000 TikTok followers.
That's so
Every
wild.
stream was pulling 500 plus concurrent viewers.
Dude said, call the boss, quit. This your life now, cuz? Dude, imagine.
And the number that actually mattered, he was making more money streaming at night than he was at his day job.
And no, y'all literally just donated more than I make in a week in one night. Bruh.
But Queso kept his head on straight. What shows up overnight can also disappear overnight. So before he quit his day job, he needed proof that this wasn't a fluke. So he made a deal with his chat, hit 5,000 Twitch subs, and he'd quit his job.
This a day we're gonna remember forever, you feel me? This a day we gonna remember forever. You know I love y'all, man. Thank you, bro. It's all y'all, you feel me? Thank you, man. Full-time Queso in the building, and I'm laying in their mouth, too.
Within just a few weeks, it was a done deal.
Wow. Wow, bro. Wow. Wow, bro. That's so crazy. He also has such a good community on, like, he had a community on Twitter. I've never understood Twitter at all. Like, I know it's not necessary, but I feel like a lot of the really huge creators have like a Twitter community and I just don't get it. I've never understood X, Twitter, whatever. Like that whole platform is just like so fucked to me.
Case's fan base was new, but dedicated. And
sorry, I didn't even really say what I wanted to say about that. Bro, 5,000 subs on 10,000 YouTube subs is fucking crazy. Is so crazy. I don't think I've ever had 1,000 in a month. I don't think I've ever hit 1,000 in a month. X is overrated as fuck. Bro, that's so fucking dope. He did this shit so fast, bro. So fucking fast. I think that's why it worked, too, is like, he got so many people on board so quick at the same time that, like, they just caught him. so many people caught the wave at the same time, it like built itself. You know what I mean? Capitalizing on that big moment with 2K was like so huge.
I wanted to see him pursue this thing full time.
Like I said, I've been dreaming of wanting to, be a streamer, a content creator since I was 13 years old. I finally took the leap, bro. I finally took the leap, and y'all came through for you, boy. For real, y'all came through crazy.
No, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows from here. His internet was still garbage, like genuinely bad. Streams would lag or even just end because the connection bottomed out.
Do you see what I deal with?
And when you're trying to build an audience, that's the kiss of death. If your stream ends, they move on to the next. Eventually, numbers started.
That's so crazy. Bro made roughly 12.5K in a month on top of his day job. And had ads on 500 viewers. Had this shitty ass internet. Oh my god.
Slipping. For a couple months, it looked like maybe the whole thing was a fluke. Maybe the bubble had already popped.
You know, I seen the numbers when I very first started. You know, the hype was there because I first blew up. Had like 800 viewers every night. Then y'all seen it dip to like, 100, 150. I was like, I gotta do something different or it's gonna go under.
Then he picked up a different game, Hogwarts Legacy. It was kind of a weird choice. It had a totally different audience from the 2K crowd he'd built, but he streamed it anyway, clipped a moment, and posted it to TikTok.
Look, I see the sun peeking through the window a little bit. Sleep schedule gone now. Gotta make Hufflepuff proud, though. Hey, it is what it is, man.
That one video alone pulled in over 18 million views.
Bro, what? Wow, bro. What the fuck?
Just like that, he's back. Viewership climbs to 600, keeps climbing, month after month. Every week, another clip going viral. Another wave of new viewers funneling straight to the stream. The snowball was rolling again. By May 2023, Queso was averaging over 2,500 viewers, a legitimate name in streaming culture.
If you don't know who he is, you gotta be living under a rock.
And this is level 2. At level 2, you're starting to live large.
Dude, this shit is getting me hyped, bro. This shit is making me want to like grind. I'm sorry, bro. This shit is getting me like excited. Fuck. Dude, I was talking to Fries about this, and this is something that I feel like he got so right that I feel like so many people who clip get so wrong. And this is actually I'm a spitting game here. I swear to God, I'm spitting game here. I don't care what y'all think. Oh, I only have 30 viewers. It's fine. I know this is the truth. People make too many clips of the moment that showcases the game and not enough clips that showcase them. Like, I have seen so fucking many clips of like somebody playing a game, like the fucking tree game where like the trees go like that. Like, the thing that makes that clip funny is not you, it's the game. So like, yes, somebody might come watch your playthrough on YouTube, but at the end of the day, that clip, you essentially meant nothing to them in that clip. At least to the vast majority of people that see it. But like, the Jinxie clips and the Queso clips and the sketch clips are all like personality driven. You watch it and the thing that you remember is them, not like the moment of the game, bro. I feel like so many people, including myself, like sometimes I'll post like a funny moment from a game and I'll know that it's just the game that's gonna make it do well. Sketch was the fucking GOAT in his prime. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, well, I don't post a lot of clips anymore. I really don't. I really should a lot more. Cause when I was posting a lot when we used to play Minecraft all the time, like the four of us, and I was posting a lot of clips of that, and I kind of really slowed down. But like the Glorilla clip, I love that one too. Yeah, I got it. When I play games, I just don't do that enough anymore. I feel like that would help build the community a lot. But Queso did that the best. All of Queso's clips were him. The thing that you were watching the video for was him, not the game, not any of that shit. It was him. People get too caught up in like the view. Like, what's a good example, bro? Is like, I mean, the one I just said, but also like, I'd have to find a good example. I can't really think of one. But there are some people that like have like such crazy clips that just don't. It's never gonna pull viewers to your stream. You know what I mean? But Yes, and he was very interactive too. That's the thing. He talks the whole time. He's always on go. I like get fucking scrambled eggs sometimes. Like I feel like I've never seen Queso lose that steam when he's streaming.
You're in big boy money territory. At this point, you're not going to bed afraid the whole thing vanishes overnight. With over 2,500 average viewers, Queso was sitting somewhere just inside the top 1,000 streamers on Twitch. Incredible by any measure, but remember, Twitch is stacked top heavy. And when I say top heavy, I mean it. At any given moment, there are about 3 million users on Twitch watching content. When you break down the viewer distribution by channel rank, the picture gets pretty clear. Out of the millions of channels on the platform, the top 250 pull over half the viewership. That's the difference between level 2 and level 3. While it
Damn. The top 250 hold over 50% of the viewership? Oh my God. Bro, but like, damn. So, I mean, 2 million people a day on Twitch. I know Twitch is huge, but that's like that's still not that many people. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of it, that's really not a huge number of people. I feel like in that way, streaming is still very much in like, it's like early stages. Like 2 million a day. I'm not tripping. Like that's still very light. I would have guessed way higher. I don't know why. Maybe I'm bugging.
seems like the easiest jump on the ladder here. It's actually the most difficult. There's a specific blueprint nearly every streamer has followed to make this jump. Here, I'll break it down for you. What you're looking at right now is 5 of the biggest streamers on the planet. Each at the moment they were averaging exactly 2,500 viewers. Pay attention to the setups. None of them are exciting. The rooms are pretty basic, the camera quality kinda sucks. There's no production value. They look like what they are, just guys streaming from their bedrooms. Now fast forward to when those same streamers are pulling 10,000 viewers a night. Everything's changed. The lighting's dialed in. The cameras are crisp. The rooms look intentional. This is the blueprint kicking in, and it all starts with one realization. At this level, streaming isn't just a job anymore. It's a business. And like a business, the goal is to make as much money as possible. The internet, for whatever reason, craves a spectacle. And the spectacle game is pretty easy to play. You've kinda just gotta spend money to make money. The setup is just the start. Next comes the move to LA. Buy the mansion, drop the I just bought my dream car video. Hire a dozen editors to pump out clips around the clock. By the time you're clearing 50,000 viewers, it turns into an optimization race. Every stream, every upload, every second of content is engineered to milk the cash cow. The longer you stay on the top, the more efficient it becomes. And weirdly, the more the internet praises you for it. But the spectacle only works if people are still looking. Relevancy is the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm never doing that shit. I'm never doing that shit. That shit is exhausting, and that's not why I love content, and that's not ever gonna be the way that I do it, respectfully. Like, yes, I want to make enough money to live, and I'd like to, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd like to make a lot of money, you know, enough to support myself and my family for beyond what we need. But like that whole, like, I don't know, I don't think I'm ever really gonna treat it too much like a bit. It takes like the soul out of it. You know what I mean? I feel like streaming and content in general is supposed to, it's supposed to be the more personal version of TV. I really hate that streamers and content creators have just accidentally reverse engineered like network television, bro. Like Kai Cenat just accidentally became like a late night talk show host, just having celebrities on and talking to them, except he's not sitting at a desk and there's not a live audience, but they're just sitting in a little gaming chair with him doing like a half-baked dumb little interview. Same thing with like Aiden Ross. Like they did streaming to be like one-on-one and genuine, and then accidentally reverse engineered like a low budget Jimmy Kimmel. And then like Mr. Beast was doing like fun videos with his friends, and then went so high that he accidentally reverse engineered game shows and like Survivor and shit like that. And now he's on Survivor. Like, we got so far removed from like the main thing that you just accidentally reverse engineered the thing that we're not trying to be. You know what I mean? And like, yes, it's super cool to have spectacle sometimes, and yes, it's good to see the people that you support be able to do more cool things. But when that's all the content become, do you know who's a fucking horrible example of this? David fucking Dobrik, bro. fucking ruined it, bro. I don't care what you guys think. I've said it before. David Dobrik used to be good. Period. I don't care. To me, David Dobrik used to be good. The group used to be funny. And then it just became, I'm buying somebody a car. We're going on vacation. I spent a fuck ton of money. We did this. We did this. We did this. I spent more money. I bought a mansion. I bought a new car. Fuck. And all of a sudden, the novelty of it was lost because early on, it was just like, oh my God, dude, this dude who like, this personal creator who I feel like I've really gotten to know through this content, they're able to like buy really cool things. They're able to do all these cool things, but they're still doing their content. And then you get so far away from your content. You can only buy a person a car so many times until it doesn't matter. Exactly. It'll always matter. You can only buy a person a car so many times until people start to realize you're buying the car for the video. The first time it feels like, oh my God, he's really doing this and he gets to put it in a video. And the second time is like, wow, he's really generous. And then the 20th time you're like, this guy just makes videos of him giving away cars now. That's what happened with Mr. Beast. Wow, oh my God, this is so cool. He's giving away all this money. But then he's doing this other stuff. Oh wow, this is so cool. And then it's like, this guy makes videos of him giving away money. It's the giving away money guy. It's just like everything in moderation, dude. But, I mean, fuck it, I guess. Do your thing. I mean, they're all so fucking rich, but at the end of the day, is that what you're doing it for?
The second your numbers dip, the money goes with it. So you're forced to stay visible. You hit the podcast circuit, impulsive on Monday and blank on Thursday. You show up to every mainstream streamer.
Don't put Tommy in that bubble. Yeah.
Hit the podcast circuit, whole game. The second your numbers dip, the money goes with it. So
don't put Tommy in that bubble. Don't put Tommy in this bubble. I don't think Tommy's in that bubble.
You're forced to stay visible. You hit the podcast circuit, impulsive on Monday and blank on Thursday. You show up to every mainstream streamer event. You become a permanent fixture in the conversation because the conversation is the product. And the fastest way to stay in the conversation is to stand next to someone bigger than you. Take those same 5 streamers and pull up their biggest streams of all time. Ninja, Fortnite with Drake, Hayden Ross, the Donald Trump interview, Kai Cenat, the LeBron stream that pulled over 1 million concurrent viewers. That's the blueprint. I'm not necessarily saying it's bulletproof or guaranteed, but it's the safe route. Every streamer who's made it to the top 250 has run some version of that exact playbook based on constant evolution. But Queso ignored this approach altogether. His strategy is quite literally the opposite in just about every possible sense. The last time we talked about Queso, he was fresh off of Hogwarts, averaging 2,500 viewers. So let's run that same comparison from earlier and fast forward to when he's at 10,000. Not much has changed. I mean, sure, he did buy a new house, but he moved from a trap house to a trailer just across town. Either way, at the end of the day, his computer monitor is still being held up with a vacuum cleaner.
If I don't have the vacuum cleaner holding up the back of the monitor, it'll fall over. And then back here are my PCs.
Dude, it's so good!
You can tell they're being held up by books as well.
And the camera quality seems to somehow have gotten worse.
Chat, my stream quality is actually so crispy. It looks like it's in 4K.
Since Hogwarts, he's continued to stream 4 to 6 nights a week. Same time, same chat, rotating through whatever random games he feels like. Supermarket Simulator, Granny, Dress to Impress.
What is this? Why is it on my front page?
Dude, wasn't Dress to Impress huge for him?
Playing it.
Games a normal person wouldn't think to stream.
I think Dress to Impress was like fucking huge for Queso.
But then you watch for 5 minutes and you start to get it.
This is the funniest dude on the internet right now.
Just plays the most random
everything. Queso, where did he come from? 200,000 viewers playing Fall Guys yesterday.
Because the game isn't the point. The chat isn't there for the games. They're there to watch him fall out of his chair for the 10th time this month and narrate it like he's describing a car accident.
Yo, that almost killed me. Oh! Yo, chat!
Dude, it's what I was just saying. Nobody's there for the game. They're there for you. You have to build a community of people that are there for you, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want because it's you.
The chair is dead, dude.
I hate it. When you make a career off of spectacle, you have to keep increasing the spectacle. When you make a career off of you, you can just be you. It's the most genuine way to do it. Why would you ever do it any other way? I don't understand. It's just me. It's my preference. I understand some people just want to be the biggest streamer. They want to do the biggest stuff. They want to make the most money. I get that that's some people's vision for it. I just don't understand. I don't understand, and it's why I admire the Quesos, the Joes. I guess Jinxie does more of the collab stuff. He follows more of that, but he doesn't really change the setup. He doesn't really change how he does that shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a few of those guys that are just doing it right, and they're all huge. Like, I feel like we gotta. I am so sick of the spectacle. I'm so sick of the spectacle. I got such love for fucking Queso and these guys, bro.
Watch him get jump scared by a horror game and scream at a volume that blows out the mic. And that's why it worked. By January of 2024, Queso was averaging over 50,000 concurrent viewers every single night, making him the #3 ranked streamer on all of Twitch.
And only below Jinxie, who I think is just as good.
Like, my mind is weird. Like, in my mind, I still don't have the thought of, like, I still made it. Yeah. Because in my mind, I feel like if I have that thought and tell myself that I made it, you don't want to get, like, lazy. It's going to go downhill. Yeah. You know what I mean?
By every metric the industry actually uses, Queso is underperforming. He's leaving growth on the table at every possible turn. He doesn't invest in new setups, he doesn't upgrade his gear, and has no real plan to optimize himself. Every analyst will tell you he could be twice the size he is if he just ran the playbook like everyone else. And honestly, they're probably right. But here's the thing. Queso never looked at any of that and felt like he was losing something. Buying a house in the hills, pulling up in a supercar, collecting all the things that say you've made it. None of that ever seemed to be important to him. And there's nothing wrong with wanting those things. A lot of creators go in with exactly that goal in mind. But Queso sits in this rare category of someone who actually reached the I made it moment and genuinely doesn't want it.
It was never about, like, being huge, just like, because it didn't matter the money. You know, I just wanted to do what I loved for a living. I could be, you know, pinching pennies to make it, but as long as I get to stream every day instead of go to work, I was cool with that, you know?
But to be clear, it's not like he's allergic to money. He's the #3 streamer on Twitch. The guy is doing just fine.
Yeah, so that's, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, he's making, like, so much money. Chad, how much money is Queso making per year on all platforms? I mean, it's what? Fucking $5-10 million a year. Having a community that likes you is perfect, whereas making a facade puts on the most amount of pressure for yourself. Yeah, there's no reason to. There's no reason to. No fucking reason to.
But there's a difference between making money and squeezing every last cent out of your audience. He's never done any kind of subathon, he doesn't say yes to every brand that comes knocking, and he doesn't manufacture drama to give the numbers a little bump.
To be fair, he didn't do a subathon, but he did say that thing where he said, I'll quit my job if we get 5,000 subs. That's not a subathon, but he did kind of do that, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. But he did kind of.
The way he sees it, you can't leave money on the table if it was never what you sat down for.
Some of my most favorite jobs.
You can't. What did you just say? You can't leave money on the table if it's never what you sat down for? Oh, this motherfucker's spinning! I love when a motherfucker's spinning! W quote in the chat! Ew, bro. Fuck, I love that. You can't leave money on the table if it's never what you sat down for. Ugh. Fuck you, dude. That is fire. Oh, I love that, bro. Yes. I just think in this age of, oh my God, he's like a glass of fucking water, bro. Just like, in this age of like, everything is just like, money, 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 money. I spent this much money. I made this much money. Our house is this much money. This much money. I gave away this much money. $1 versus $1 billion. $1 versus $1 million. Just like having somebody that just like actually loves this thing that I grew up loving the same way that I love it, and seeing that many people are on the same wave. Oh my God, it's like a glass of water. I love it.
Table if it was never what you sat down for.
Say it again.
Bump. The way he sees it, you can't leave money on the table if it was never what you sat down for.
Some of my most favorite jobs I ever had were the jobs where I was making pennies. Yo, I'm not even finna lie to y'all. I think y'all just donated more than my week's paycheck in one night. I'm talking about sitting in the parking lot of the dollar store, having to call my mom, be like, hey, can you spot me $50 for food for the rest of the week? But you know what? I was happy. Like, if I could turn this into something and just be able to do this with y'all every day, that'd be a dream come true. Yeah, I was broke, but it was all right because the job was cool.
Dude, I'm not worried about Twitch ad revenue. I would rather people have a good viewing experience than make an extra, you know, whatever a month.
By the way, I've seen that clip of him. The extra whatever a month is like $1 million. Like, to him, at 50,000 viewers, if he upped those ads, he really is leaving a lot of money on the table. But it don't matter if it's never what you sat down for. You know what I mean? Especially, like, you got to look at, like, what is the term called? It's like the declining utility of money. It's something like that, where, like, the more money you get, the less important it is to you, because once you can cover all your needs and everything else you want, everything extra pretty much means nothing. You know what I mean?
So that's the money half of the blueprint. The mansion, the supercar, the optimization strategy. But the blueprint isn't only about money. The other half of the blueprint is relevancy. The streaming world has a short memory, and the way you fight that is by staying in the conversation. Podcasts, events, collabs, it all comes down to the same idea. Stand next to someone bigger than you, and you get to share some of their spotlight. Well, if you thought he was underperforming on the money side of the blueprint, just listen to this. In 3 years as one of the biggest streamers on the planet, he's done exactly one traditional collab. Jinxie.
What's the furthest you've ever traveled?
Which is also, I think, one of the other goats of this niche of streaming.
Florida, and that was one time to go to Jinxie's house.
And that collab is, almost word for word, the only existing footage of Queso outside of his own house.
My friend brought this up yesterday to me when we were
Damn!
chilling. He said it's crazy that Jinxie has the only recorded footage of me outside of my own stream setup. Like, he is the only one that's got me out of my room.
Matter of fact, it was the first time he'd ever left the state he was born in.
So this is the first time you've been out of, like, Florida? Or out of Arkansas, my bad. Yeah. Wow.
It's just, I don't know, I'll be getting homesick. I get away from home for too long, I'm just, man, I don't know.
Over the last 3 years, Queso has won 5 different awards.
And the Streamer Award goes to...
Queso!
Queso!
Goated as fuck.
He hasn't shown up to a single one in person.
Mr. Beast tweeted you? Oh, yeah, I talked to him, yeah. I can't even go on a Mr. Beast video due to fear of airplanes. Ain't that bad, chat?
He didn't B say he didn't respond to him?
According to the blueprint, all of those things just come with the territory of being in the top 1%. But Queso is avoiding all of it. And when you stack it all up, not going to award shows, turning down the collabs, even the fact that he's only left the state of Arkansas once, you start to wonder if there's more to it than just not caring.
Chat, I didn't tell y'all this, bro. When I was changing setups to go from the trap house into the trailer, I was literally a mental wreck for like a week straight. Because I don't know if anybody else has this, but dude, I have like some form of horrific OCD that I've had for years, that if something even minor changes, I'm gonna die.
You see, OCD is one of the most misunderstood conditions out there.
I actually do know somebody like that. Yeah, it's like a thing where, like, I don't know. Anybody here have OCD? I don't have OCD, but I know people who do have it. I definitely have like OCD moments, but I've heard of people who like can convince themselves, like when they're driving, like they're able to convince themselves they ran somebody over, or like if you like when you're walking on the sidewalk, if like people can genuinely convince themselves if they step on a crack, it's gonna break their mom's back type shit. You know what I mean? Like it's or like shit, you, like if you're like playing basketball and you're like, if I don't make this, like my whole family's gonna die. Like people can like really convince themselves of that, and it's like really crushing mentally.
People hear the word and picture someone who just likes things clean and organized. And while that can be a part of it, that's not exactly what it is. At its core, OCD is anxiety. For Queso, moving into a new house meant moving into an environment that was full of variables his brain hadn't had the chance to map out yet.
Like when I take my hat off and put it on the counter, same spot every night. If it goes in a different spot, I'm dead.
Everything becomes unpredictable, and for someone with OCD, an unpredictable environment
You're good,
is one
Slappy,
thing that
no
can't
sweat.
be controlled. Each unknown stacks on top of the last until his brain is sent into overdrive.
Chad, here's some lore for you. Every time I would leave to work in the morning, I would go outside
my house, and I would have to check that my doorknob was locked 37 times. I would have to start my drive to work, take a block back around to my house, and check it another 11 times. And then I could go to work.
Which explains why his setup has barely changed over the years. It's one of the places where his brain already knows the answers to all the questions.
Yeah, that's so fucked, bro. I can't. That's like, that'd be so fucking hard to struggle with. I've done that a few times, but like, I just don't. What up, Nate? How you doing, bro? How we doing, Nate? Good to see you, brother.
His pace, all in an environment that makes him most comfortable. But that need for predictability doesn't stay contained to his house. It follows him everywhere.
I went out in public 3 times in a row. I got recognized all 3 times. I never went outside again, bro. Like, some people, bro, came up like, hey, yo, can I get a picture? Everybody started looking. I'm like, oh, man, dude, I was about to pass out, man.
Outside of that room, he controls nothing.
Damn.
Who's around him, how they got there, whether someone grabs his shoulder before he sees it coming. None of it is up to him.
Yeah. I don't go out in public. I don't. Never.
When he's at home, it's easier to manage because, well, he's in his own house. But in public, there's no way to make the unknown stop. It's not only uncomfortable, but also insanely overwhelming.
I think that's maybe another thing that is like the reason that he's so strong and long lasting as a creator is that, and it's something that so many of the like other creators lack and the spectacle doesn't really allow for, is like the vulnerability. You know what I mean? Like, for example, and I don't know how genuine the whole thing is. I don't really know his true intention. Let's go ahead and assume that they're pure. Do you guys remember the internet's reaction to Kai Cenat coming out about his mental health issues? And like taking a break from the streaming? The dude who built his whole career on the spectacle came out and was like, I'm having some fucking mental problems. And everyone didn't give a fuck. Everybody laughed. For the first time in like the internet's history, I was befuddled because I feel like I've always seen the internet, for the most part, when something serious like that is going on, come together in a way that's normally pretty caring. But without even like, the internet's auto assumption was because he was the spectacle guy, they thought it was just another spectacle. Like, if you don't build your brand and your community on any form of genuinity, they do not give a fuck, bro. It should have been a big wake up call for him that like, you're just Mr. Spectacle, bro. We don't give a fuck. Yeah, and Rakai was like, bro, what, bro, man, hate is a strong word, but Rakai is difficult, bro. Rakai is so difficult to watch. Rakai is so difficult to even, oh, brother. But like, yeah, bro, like Case is very vulnerable. And that was the first time that like Kai was vulnerable. And the whole internet just was like, fuck you. Fuck you, dude. Nobody fucking cares. What the fuck is mental health? We don't give a fuck. More spectacle, please. Because there is a side of the internet that's all they care about. Is the spectacle of it and the news of it and all that shit. You don't even want, respectfully, I wouldn't even want those people to watch me. If I had those kind of people in my community watching me, and I had as many viewers as Kai or more, or even less, something that was more manageable, I'd fucking hate it. I'd fucking hate it. Because if people are watching not for me, you're already here for the wrong fucking reason. You know what I mean? Respectfully. Building a community online is something that is so overlooked because everyone's like, money, 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 number has to go up. If the people don't give a fuck about you, it doesn't matter. At least to me.
Chance of actually winning the Powerball lottery than ever seeing me in public. That's how rare it is. No joke.
The blueprint says the path forward revolves around a constant state of evolution. The more you change, the newer things are, the more excited people are to watch. But for Queso, that path has never really been accessible the same way it is for everyone else. And yet, here he is.
Literally almost 1,000 away from 10 million. Say it ain't so. This is a moment in history? No, this is a moment.
Dude, and peep game here too. I know this might look super minor, but like, well, this isn't a huge. Well, if you look at the graph, it looks like the sharpest uptick was like very recently for him. Like he's still growing very quickly.
History.
Behind everything, the awards, the numbers, the journey from a rice mill to the number 3 spot on Twitch, almost nothing has actually changed.
You definitely gonna do this full time? Hey, I hope so, CJ. That'd be a dream come true for your boy, man. Maybe my parents don't have to work no more either. That'd be a dream come true too, bro.
He's been grounded in the fact that streaming was never about being the very best. It was always about building a life worth living, for himself and for the people he loves.
Wait, Mom, we're about to hit 10 million. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. We're about to hit 10 million!
I gotta turn this off. Come on.
No way we're actually about to hit it. We hit 10 million, baby! Let's go! 10 million on YouTube!
His mom was there before any of this made sense.
She brought me some balloons in here! Oh! She brought me some balloons! Balloons!
You can't see it!
Get a pose in there with it.
Before all of the awards and money, before tens of thousands of people were waiting for him to go live, she was the only one who pushed him to try streaming in the first place.
That's a dadgum diamond play button! You've had this? What? It wouldn't be possible without y'all, Chad. And you know who else it wouldn't be possible without? My mom. Come stand in front of the camera. Look at that!
What an angel, bro.
And his dad, the man who spent his whole life doing the kind of work nobody claps for.
My dad, for example, like, dude, this whole life just working. He's had multiple back surgeries, multiple wrist surgeries, multiple foot surgeries, all from just working his whole life.
The man he watched and worked alongside with do it with no complaints.
I worked with my dad. We were both maintenance men. Maintenance ain't easy work. You know, you're crawling under sinks, you're changing faucets, you're crawling up in attics, you know, all that, just nasty.
The same man that taught him how to work was eventually the one who told him to quit his
What up,
regular
MC?
job and do what he loved.
I remember the night we hit 5,000. I was like, all right, tomorrow I'm gonna call my boss. I remember I got him to call because I was scared. Like, hey, boss, you know, I'm playing video games for a living, but it'd sound better coming from my dad because, you know, my dad was essentially like his right-hand man.
Yep.
But yeah.
So when streaming became a reality, he made sure that the two people who spent their lives building him up never had to work again.
What has been like the most fulfilling thing that you've run into in your career?
Just that everybody gets to chill.
Yeah.
And they have to get away from the jobs they hated and everything like that, and we can all just chill and do this. That's the best thing. Look at her say they're retired because they do it because you know they don't want to just chill and do nothing. They do a lot of stuff for me. Like my dad, if I need something to go get or something, he goes and gets it. My mom handles all the background, like all of it.
If you ask Case, that's the whole story right there. In a world where overnight success has a way of quietly hollowing people out, Queso never let any of it change him.
The only thing I want to be is a place for people to go for 4 hours a night, forget about life, you know, crack some jokes, you know, have a good time, and just chill out.
And that's why this story isn't over. Queso has already crossed the line that mattered the most. He turned his dream into real life. He helped his family stop working. He became the place he always wanted to be for others.
That's just, God, bro. W fucking Queso, bro. Genuinely W fucking Queso, bro. This is all I think anybody should aspire to, bro. This is all I've ever thought. This is why I like love the internet and love content, because this is what it started at. It started as this. You know what I mean? But whenever something becomes like incredibly lucrative, you're going to get the people that are just in it to make the most amount of money possible and spend money to make money and do all that other shit and move out to LA. But like at the end of the day, like it's just this, dude. And I think people really underestimate people's ability to like people don't have the ability to differentiate between a viewer. You know what I mean? Like to most people, they just see a viewer. I feel like there comes a time where you have to be like, am I even like building a community that gives a fuck about me? And he's just the epitome of like, he cares about his community, they care about him, and he's just true to himself and everything that he does. And people underestimate people's ability to like sense that and care. People think people are just going to stop caring about them. You know what I mean? Yeah, big streamers just see numbers. Like what we were just talking about, like how many people in Kai's stream really give a fuck? You know what I mean?
Queso's sort of the exception for streamers that size because his community is genuine. He has built the biggest genuine community. Yes. Yes. But I think, in my eyes, a community, if you're on Twitch, if you are a Kai Cenat and you have 200,000 viewers, or you have 1 million viewers when LeBron comes on, versus a Joe Bartolozzi who gets 10,000, I think everybody should rather be Joe Bart every time. I think those 10,000 like diehard I fucking
Queso
ride
might
for
be
you
one of the
fans.
few guys that's unhateable. It's impossible. Just a sweet, good-hearted guys.
Yeah. Those 10,000 like riders to me will always mean more than 1 million people that do not give a fuck about you, because those 1 million people are going to leave. They're going to leave. You can't build anything from that. Obviously you can, cuz Kai's fucking whatever. But like meaningful, you know what I mean? I don't know. People watch Kai because he's famous. Yeah. It's like it's the gravity paradox, bro. When you're big, you just tend to get bigger. People tend to watch somebody that already has that proof of concept. Yeah, like just riding the train, yeah.
So whatever happens next is just the icing on the cake.
That's the end of the video, right? Yeah, that was the end of the video.
I've been dreaming of this since I was a kid, bro. Y'all for real low-key making dreams come true, bro.
W golf cart for the video. The last honest streamer. Definitely gonna drop a sub for that. Sub and a like. W video. Yeah, I mean, I talk about my perspective on content a lot all the time. I think that was a great video to kind of showcase that, like, how I view I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that video got me fucking hype. That video, like, I feel like sometimes I kind of get caught up in the day-to-day of making videos and streaming and thinking about what I'm gonna do, and I kind of get like comfortable in the schedule. Like, we got reacts days, we got games days, and I kind of like, I don't lose it, but a part of me forgets like what it's all for. Like, kind of lose like that energy of it. And I feel like I got that fucking energy right now. That is for sure the wrong Queso. But no, bro, like, this really is like the coolest job on earth if you let it be. And it's only cool if you're, to me, building a community that is valuable and meaningful. Like, having the big numbers is and will always be cool, but if they're not valuable, they will always go away. You know what I mean? They will always go away if you're not doing something that matters. You know? Yeah, man. Shout out Case. Such a genuine inspiration. And someone I think that most streamers should like aspire to be more like. And I think Jinxie is just like the steroided version of Queso, where it's like he does all the other things. He does the events and the collabs, and he's does all the other shit, but he's still very down to earth. I feel like he's just like the next version of that. But there's whole different lengths of the spectrum. You don't have to be like a stay inside all the time, never go out in public person, never change your setup. But I think it's just that the vibe of being genuine and being vulnerable with your community.